Here's the UK and Ireland weather forecast for January the 5th through till the 7th, 2014. That's this Sunday through until Tuesday. Looking at the next 3 days, it's going to be a cold start to Sunday for most of us, with rain moving in from the southwest throughout the day, bringing in milder weather behind it, but it will be a fairly wet affair for everyone by the end of Sunday at least. So looking at the northern half of the British Isles first of all on Sunday, the rain will be moving in from the southwest, as I said, early on in Northern Ireland, and then in the afternoon for the western coast of Scotland, and might reach Edinburgh by the evening. High temperatures 5 to 6 degrees Celsius generally, 8 degrees in Northern Ireland. Further south, rain beginning in the southwest in the morning, spreading towards the northeast throughout the day, and it will probably be reaching the east coast before sunset, or maybe a little bit later in the northeast of England. But rain will be seen everywhere, partly cloudy before that, especially the further east you are, with high temperatures varying from 5 in the north to 11 in the south. Looking at Sunday night then, the northern half of the British Isles will be seeing some rain in the far north, but elsewhere it's going to remain fairly dry, if not completely, over most parts of Scotland, with low temperatures along the western coast not falling below 7 or 8 degrees. Inland it's going to be much colder, and along the east coast it's also going to fall to around 4 degrees Celsius. Further south, rain will be continuing over large parts of England, Wales and Ireland as well, particularly further south in the southeastern part of England we'll be seeing the worst conditions, but a lot of this may be intermittent. We could be seeing some breaks in the cloud as well in between spells of rain, but as you saw with the temperatures there, in the south in particular it's going to remain fairly mild with a low temperature even higher than the daily temperature on Sunday. Looking at Monday then, most places will have at least a little bit of rain in Scotland and in Northern Ireland, but the worst of it will be along the western coast, southwards towards the Scottish border region, where we may see a rumble of thunder here and there as well. High temperatures of 8 to 9 degrees. Further south it's going to be fairly similar, particularly towards the southwest of England, where we're going to have some fairly poor weather. We could see some thunderstorms down there as well, but most places in the western and southern parts of England will be seeing lots of rain, but higher temperatures, 10 to 11 degrees as a high. Most of the east coast should get away with a dry day. So looking at Monday night, the western coast of Scotland and in the south as well will be remaining wet and fairly miserable over there, with low temperatures not falling below 7 degrees. But further east it will be clearer skies, so it'll be cooler over there towards the northeastern part of Scotland, with low temperatures dipping below 5 degrees inland. Further south it's going to be fairly mixed wherever you are, except for the south and southwest, where it's going to be pretty much persistent rain all night, overnight on Monday. Same too for Southern Ireland as well. Wales and northwestern England should see a mix of the two, and along the eastern coast of England, the extremities of it, we should be seeing some dry conditions throughout the night there. Tuesday, another unsettled day in store for the northern half of the country, where we'll be seeing partly cloudy skies interrupted by spells of rain in most of Scotland. Cloudier towards the west, where we'll be seeing the worst of the weather, persistent rain along the west coast and in the northern part of Ireland as well. Further south it's going to be again a fairly unsettled picture, partly cloudy skies mixed in with rain. The northeast of England the only place which is likely to remain dry, though a bit overcast further north. And towards the south of the UK and southern England it's certainly going to be a very wet affair once more, with more heavy rain occurring throughout the day. Looking at Tuesday night, things becoming a little bit quieter. It's going to be generally a dull night for the whole northern part of the British Isles, with a little bit of drizzle here and there along the western coast once more, with low temperatures varying from 7 in the west to 4 or 3 in the east inland. Further south a little bit more mild. Elsewhere it's going to be another mixed picture. The worst of the weather will be occurring along the Irish sea coast, North Wales, northwestern England and perhaps the eastern coast of Ireland, where we'll be seeing some rain overnight. Elsewhere it's going to remain mostly dry, except for perhaps a few unlucky areas of the south coast, with low temperatures around 6 to 8 degrees Celsius, the best conditions on the east coast. So that's the next 3 days. Beyond that, what's going to happen? Well, it looks like it's going to remain unsettled at least for a week or two, until perhaps it could be turning colder towards the end of January, but that's not a certainty yet, and it's no real guarantee that we're going to see any wintry spells of weather over the rest of winter. That remains to be seen, but at the moment it doesn't look too likely just yet. That's all for now. The next update, next forecast will be following in a few days' time.